Hey my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Willeke, but I also go wide on all my socials. And today we are having a wheel decide what type of sim we are going to create. And I actually saw this on Thilsey's channel. This is also all of her wheels that she created. So I will link the video that I'm using as inspiration and her channel in the description down below, because you lovelies have to check her out. She is amazing. If you don't follow her yet or haven't subscribed to her yet, make sure you do. Especially check out her Crybaby Whims series that I've been obsessed with. But we are first gonna try to see if we are gonna create a female or a male. Then we are gonna do all of the genetics and her clothing style. So let's see first if we have a feminine or a masculine sim. Masculine. Okay, so I don't often create any masculine sims. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me. Then this is all the skin tones, and you have the 3 different skin tones or skin tone ranges. And we are gonna see which ones. I typically use the warm ones because I feel those give a little bit more life to my sims. But we will have the warm one. But we will also see if we were able to get the other ones, what would turn out. It will be a warm medium one. Then this is actually for the body sliders. So you have the 2 body sliders, one for the muscularity, one for the body weight. So I'm gonna do this twice, one for the muscularity of the sim and then one for the weight. 0 is all the way to the bottom and 4 is all the way to the top, and then 1, 2, 3 is the little steps in between. So let's see for muscular. Alright, muscular is gonna be 3. And then let's see what we are going to get for body weight. No body weight at all, so that's going to be very interesting. Then this is actually the shape of the body. So this is basically how the typical body shapes are formed. It doesn't mean that if you have a certain shape that it's affected by weight. It's more like the way your shoulders are compared to your hips and your stomach. So pear shape is going to mean smaller shoulders and wider hips. So we'll see how all of this will look. And these are kind of like the how do I say it? The features. So these are ones that you are typically born with, like the birthmarks, like the vitiligo. So we'll spin this. She said 3 times, or no, she said 2 times, and then the other one will be 3 times. So I'm gonna spin this 2 times to see what we will get. A strong jaw, which I do think fits male sims, so that will be the first one. And then the other one will be, let's see in a minute. Body hair, which I do think is good. And I'm actually gonna spin this 3 times because I feel like there is a lot of nice things like heterochromia. So since there are a lot of features on here, I am going to spin this 3 times. So let's see. We already had strong jaws, so I'm gonna select it one more time because I do want to have 3 different ones. So let's see what it is. A big nose. Okay, so we have strong jaw, body hair, and a big nose. Then this is the eyelids, whether they will have whether our male will have hooded monolids or double lids, and this will be actually hooded lids. Then the eye color. Eye color is going to be green, which is one that I often use on my sims, if you are familiar with how many sims I've created. Then this is going to be the length of the hair. So let's see, there's also asymmetrical, which I do like. medium. Okay, nice. Then this is going to be the hair color, and I typically have brown haired Sims. I am not pretty set in the way I create Sims, but I do have a kind of a type in terms of creating Sims, but we will have brown hair again. So we may go for I'm not sure if we go for a lighter or a darker brown. Then this is basically some features like glasses, scars, things that you don't necessarily have when you're born with, but something that you may receive later in life. So we're gonna spin this 2 times. And he actually will have a piercing, and then the other one, I think tattoos or scars might really fit. So let's see what we get. Scars. So we will have the scar and the piercings, and then this will be the dressing style. So this case, I feel like crunch might fit the best, but we'll see. Maybe it's something completely different. Goth. Okay, so I'm gonna do some research into the goth clothing style for males, and then I will create with all of the selected things, or all the things the wheel picked. I'm gonna create a sim, and I'll see you back in a sec in game. So we are in game with Caden Boone. I randomized his name, I also randomized his traits, and then I just, with my eyes closed, selected a aspiration, and then from there a sub aspiration. So we first need to have a masculine sim. That's done. Then in terms of the skin tone, it's gonna be warm and medium, which I do feel is a little bit more over here. So let's see which one. Don't want it to be too red, so I'm gonna play around. I think this one looks really nice. So we have warm, medium. Then in terms of his body type, it needs to be 3 for masculine, so it's 1, 0, 0. Let's see how I can do this best. 0, 1, 2, 3, I feel like. And then this needs to be all the way on 0. He is skinny. He looks very muscular and skinny now. And then in terms of body, he actually needs to have the pear shape. So I need to fix this up again. This to me looks very natural. Typically when you have like a pear shape, he would have a bit of broader shoulders with being so muscular, and also broader hips. So I need to figure out what to do best. Don't think this one really suits the body shape. But with a pear shape, if you would pull some lines straight from the shoulders to the hips, the shoulders would have to be smaller than the hips. So I'm gonna try to figure out. I think I can play a little bit with this. To be honest, I don't think this works really with this body type. So I'm just gonna tough a few things out. He has some, like, he should have like really broad shoulders and a really... Oh, I feel this, I don't feel like I can do much. I can tough a few bits out just to make it fit a bit more. But I don't know how much I can actually really make this look natural. So this is gonna be a little bit unnatural. But maybe we can fix this up with some skin details. We don't have like any skin details in terms of vitiligo or freckles, so I won't be able to use those. But I can still put on some normal skin details that make it look a little bit better. So I'm just gonna try out a few of these and see which one fits best. I think this one actually does. Yeah, I think this one fits best. I don't want to do an elderly one. But this one definitely fits. And I do see that he has fangs, which I don't want to give him. So I'm just gonna give him some normal teeth. And he is supposed to have a strong jaw. So I'm gonna select... I feel like this definitely is a stronger jaw. So let's... Typically I go a little bit quiet and in focus mode when creating, but let's see if we can do a little bit of a stronger jaw. This starts to look a bit more like it. Then he is supposed to have a big nose. So let's see, I think this filter, gonna see this one is a bigger nose, but we are going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And I actually like that it's a little bit more arched and not like a little bit more like this. Now we're gonna put this a little bit more. It's not the typical nose, but I do see, I actually want, yeah, like this. I think it's not a typical nose, but I do really like it. And he is looking very handsome, especially with the skin detail, so I'm afraid to take it off. Then he needs to have hooded eyes. Hooded eyes are typically where your eyebrow is over your eyelid, so it looks like this part is still existing, but rarely. Monoliths is where you don't have an eyelid, and then the other one, which I can't remember the name of, is where you can see more of the eyelid actually. So hooded eyelids, this would be a hooded eyelid actually. This as well, and I think this one fits the most. So I'm going to play a little bit around, making his eye a little bit bigger. There we go. And then his eyebrows, I'm gonna make it a little bit more hooded as well, and give him a darker brown color because he will have brown hair. And in terms of, and then speaking about his eyes, we actually have to give him green eyes. So there we go, but I will probably go into makeup and give him some darker green, because I think these ones, they really speak, but I also feel like they might be a little bit too green. So I might give him a little bit more darker green. Then in terms of hair, he needs to have medium brown hair. So I can do something like this, but we also need to keep in mind that it has to be a goth style, and I feel like these ones are more asymmetrical, so we do need something that's symmetrical a little bit more. This one does work. I feel with the goth style it's typically more a bit down, so maybe Mood has a few hairs that could work. This one is too, I think, fluffy, too out there. This one is a little bit more asymmetrical, but I feel like it will work. This one is also a little bit too ruffled. This one is a little bit too short. This one I actually like, and then we need to go for brown hair. Ooh, this one I like. I feel like he's starting to really come along. And I am actually going to give him a little bit of scruff, just because we can. He can have body hair, so that also includes facial hair, and I just want like a little bit to define his face. So let's see. I'm just gonna select some options and see which one works best. Okay, I like this one. It feels like his hair is setting in. He forgot to shave, but he needs to do it soon, and it does define his face a little bit more. I'm also going to give him some stronger cheekbones to really define his jaw, and then also a little bit of a bigger chin. Then we need to give him a scar, piercings, and a goth style. So in terms of a scar, we do have some details over here that could give him a scar. I actually have these ones that I really like, which are smaller scars. They're not that out there, but they do have this like really nice look. And I think a brow scar actually works really well on him. You don't see it that much, but it is there. Then let's see in eye details if we have another one. I don't think these ones really work. So maybe one in mouth. And actually I have this new skin detail, which is pierced ears. So whenever you have your Sims wear earrings, This one will actually, when they don't work, for example, going to bed, you can still have an ear pierced, and it will show just this little hole as you would have in real life, without um, without like looking weird. So it makes it a little bit realistic, and definitely for storytelling, I feel this looks really nice because here you have two and then one. Here you have multiple piercings on both ears. Yeah, the same. Like you have many options, and it actually shows the options that you can go for. So I'm not sure if we're gonna give him earrings. I do think so, but maybe we can then give these in sleepwear. Although I'm only going to do his main outfit, as this will be a long video. So in terms of accessories, as we have to do piercings, we already gave him a scar. Maybe we'll do some body scars as well. I do think with God, it's typically something like, not like this, but a brow piercing. Maybe with his scar on the other side to balance out his face. And a lip piercing also really works together with some earrings. So we can try to find some piercings. I do have a lot. This one I feel does work, but needs to be a little bit lower with his eyebrow. We can also do an under eye. Do we have some? Oh, these are nose piercings. Feel this one worked fine. Then I want to do it in gold. And in terms of a mouth piercing, so I do feel typically they would have like this type of ring. So maybe we can do it on both sides of his mouth. Like he has a little bit of like surrounding for his mouth. And we balance out the face with the scar here, a piercing here, and then the mouth piercing. And again, I do kind of want it in gold. So here we go. Those are the piercings. And these ones by Pauline Sim are really, really nice. Then earrings. There are many options that we can go for. Something like this could work. I feel like multiple earrings would work best. Something like this, but a little bit smaller. This I feel like should have been a little bit smaller. Could be really nice. So I'm just gonna scroll through all of these, as I do have a lot of piercings, and see which option fits best. So I went through all my earrings, and I really like these ones with the crosses and the black and gold. I think it really suits him. So you will have that. And then, as I said, I want to give him some different colored green eyes. So since we have a lot of options I could check from here, typically I like the Eyes by Gold Pulse Me. You have a lot more different options that also feel, in my opinion, very lively. So let's see if we can find some nice ones. These are always very, very nice, and they have some really nice color options. Like, look, these are a little bit darker, but you do see that he still has like life in his eyes. And what I am going to do to bring just a slightly bit more life to it is add some eye highlights by Pixis. Like, look, you can really see now his eyes coming to life, and like his eyes shining, looking a bit more like he's living rather than just having no expression at all. I feel like these ones maybe were looking the best. And we also do have some subtle scars that I can add as well. So I have to see if it's in a different layer as well, or maybe just pick the highlights from here and add another very subtle scar on his nose in here. And if maybe can make it a little bit darker to match the one that he already has. So that's his face. Am I going to do one more thing? Yeah, I'm going to do one more thing, which is add eyelashes, because I feel like now we see his bottom eyelashes, but we don't see his eyelashes in the top of his eyelids. And these ones work typically pretty well to give some more eyelashes and to frame his eyes a little bit better. So yeah, that's his face. Now let's go onto his outfit. I do feel like we got the pear shape down. Maybe I do feel like we got it down. And with the gothic style, what I found out is you have the steampunk goth style, you have the neon goth style, casual goth style, and I'm going for casual goth style. So this is basically with shirts that are fitting a little bit loose, a little bit tightly to the body, with some prints from punk rock bands, metal bands, and very minimalistic. So I'm going to find a shirt that fits it. I do have this, for example, which could actually fit really well. Let's see if we have the right style. Could have been nice if we had a different print, but also this tank top and then with a leather jacket works really well, and then tighter leather pants and chunky boots. That's the style that I'm gonna go for. That's the style that I think will suit his look and the casual goth style, at least in my game, right now the best. Okay, I misunderstood how much I had in terms of panties. I do have like these, which would fit more the steampunk style, but I actually found a little bit up. Something by Pauline Sims. It's not I think, the best quality, but I do think it fits a lot. So this is the Aeon leather vest. And there actually is a leather vest with some nice tees, and I do think this one fits very well. So I'm gonna go for this one, which I'm not sure if it's gonna spell Trivium. I do feel like this should be an R and it's the band Trivium, but I'm not 100% sure. So I do think this one will fit very well. And in terms of jeans, let me select custom content, as that's the style that I'm going for. This one would work. Do you think we need to? Don't think it's like really the right pear shape, but I am working on it. This jeans actually works. Just gonna check if there's something else or if I'm gonna stick to this one. Actually, I'm gonna go with this one. And then in terms of shoes, if we go for very chunky boots, this one will work really well. Actually, this one will work amazing. Could go for this one as well. I think this one is a little bit less out there. And I will go with this one. And then what else do we need to do? We got some more body hair to do actually, before I forget. So body hair, brown, torso hair. Let's do this one. And we're gonna do back hair, just a little bit. This one works fine. And then leg hair, we are gonna do this one as well. And then body scars, I was still checking. I don't think we have anything here. Skin details, I don't think we have body scars either. But I do have in tattoos. I know it said no tattoos, but I do have a scar in here as well. So I'm just gonna quickly look it up. We do have this more subtle scars, but I also have some more like body scars for the rest of his body, which I do want to give him as well. So I'm gonna quickly check and be back in a sec. Okay, I didn't find any scars that I actually like, so I'm going to leave it at that. The one final thing that I am gonna do is, typically with God, you also see that they wear some form of makeup. So we are going to give him some eyeliner. I'm not gonna do like a winged eyeliner, just one around to give him a little bit more of a framed eye as well. So let's see which. Oh, that one actually works really well. I know it's the crying eyeliner, but it works really nicely. Actually, which one is this? Hmm. I have so much different things. I really need to clean up my CC at some point. The anti-hero one is also really nice. And I think this one works really, really well for a goth look. Yeah, this one looks really nice. And then we are going to define his lips just a tad bit. Maybe with some dryer? No. I want to give him like a more realistic lip, but also that it's looking like it needs a little bit of moisturizing. Not really finding the one that I'm looking for. This one with a little bit more color. Yeah, this one, and if I... Yeah, you see that he has a little bit more of a defined lip, but I would also say that maybe he would need some lip balm. Yeah, that's it. That is Caden Boone, our male goth. I think he turned out pretty okay. I'm not happy with his body shape just because I don't feel like the filters and the body type work, or at least I'm not for me. Well, let's see. Can you do any poses for us? I don't think so. But let me know what you think about Caden Boone. I'm not going to upload him to the gallery. This is just for me playing, having fun. If you do want me to upload him to the gallery, let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to do this series again, leave a little like so I know you enjoyed this video. And if you don't want to miss out on either a wholesome or a chaotic video, make sure you click that subscribe button as well. And I'll see you lovelies in the next one.